Well, I opened up the front diff on that. If you can see that. That looks like water coming out of that. That's not good. We got water in our front diff. So I'm going to take this cover off and I'm going to clean it out and put a little fresh in there. But that's where all that milky's coming from. We got just a little bit of water moisture in there somehow. So we'll get her cleaned out, dried out, and see if it hurt anything. But put a little new 90 weight in there and should be good. This is water just dripping right off the bottom. I loosened the pan up. Got some bolts out. Interesting. Alright, I just tore the front and rear axle. Took them apart. Put a little paint on the covers. I think they're going to come out really special. They'll look nice. I'm going to clean these out. There's a lot of sludge and crap in here. I'm going to take it. I don't know if you can see up in there. She's pretty dirty, but I'm going to try to flush it out the best I can with brake clean and some stuff, and then we'll add some new grease to it. Should be good. Here's a view of the rear differential. Actually pretty clean. Doesn't look too bad. The gears look pretty good. I think it's pretty good shape. I'm going to clean it up a little bit better, and then we're going to put some new oil in it and some nice covers and call it good. Alright, I'm out here in the garage and I'm changing the grease in the front and rear differential. I got this one ready to go. Cleaned up pretty good. I put a gasket sealer around it and I just kind of torque it down. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. They're going to look pretty good. Paint them up nice and red. 2 days, let the paint dry. Come back and torque them in. Put some Lucas in there. Put some Lucas oil in there and should be good to go. We'll see how it goes. This is what the rear end looks like. That's nice and pretty. This has got, I believe, Dana 44s with 307 gears in it. I'm going to let it sit for an hour. Then I'm going to torque the front and back down. I'm going to fill it with some Lucas. And that'll be a wrap. So I did transfer case, front diff, rear diff. Sometime I'll probably do the transmission. I'll probably paint it up too. Paint took a little longer to dry because it's cold out, but sure looks nice. The underneath's pretty good on this thing. It's got pretty good shocks all the way around on it. They're old, but they look all right. The frame looks pretty good. If the body was better, this would be a really nice outfit. So, all right, I'm out here with the Scout. I shampooed the seats. I don't know if you can see them, but they come out pretty darn good. Well, they're probably better than you guy thinks. Seats look actually pretty good. A little bit of a rip right there, but besides the sides, there's a little tear down in that seat in the middle. I don't know if you see it there. And there's a little bit of rippage on here. Little hole right here. Little hole down there. But for most part, they're pretty good. I mean, it is what it is, right? Looks good. I shampooed them. Clean them up. I'm going to sit out here. It's about probably 38 degrees, so let's sit out here for a while and then I'll pull it back in. Hey there, Badlands Rebuilds. I'm out in the garage and I know I got the Scout. I got it in a pretty good place right now. It looks pretty good for 500 bucks. But since that last video, I've stuck a little money into it. I went back and I got the right spark plug wires, which is 50 bucks. I put spark plugs in it. Runs really good. That was another 25 bucks. Changed out the front diff, rear diff transfer case. Put some Lucas 8090 in there. That was another 30 bucks. It just adds up. I think I stuck another 150 bucks in it. I bought a new fuel pump for it. So I threw about 150 bucks at it right like that. I come to the conclusion it needs a brake booster. And they're kind of spendy. They're anywhere from, I was quoted 165 bucks by two places, so I'm kind of held up on the brake booster right now. So I've probably thrown 300 bucks at it since that last video. In this video, I still got some stuff to do. I've got 2 doors and a top that I'm going to put into primer today, and then I'm going to put them into black. I don't know if they'll go back on the vehicle, but I did some body work on them, cleaned them up, primed them once. I'm going to go through and I'm going to mix some more primer, and then I'm going to shoot the door, the top, prime them. Maybe tomorrow night we'll put one coat of black on, and then we'll do another coat. I'm just using this Rust-Oleum primer. I'm going to stir it up real good. I'm going to mix it 10 ounces to 5 mineral spirits. So I'm going to take 20 ounces to 10. And I'm going to shoot it through my gun. And I'm going to get these all done. And then hopefully by tomorrow night I can get the black on these. And we'll go from there. Look at that. It's kind of chunky in there. So it needs to be mixed up really, really good. Thinned out to go through my gun. I do have a couple guns. I got this old gun from Harbor Freight. I'm going to use this one to spray the primer on. I don't think this is a very expensive gun. Probably 20 bucks. I have my other gun that's a little more expensive up over here. This might be the top of the line Harbor Freight gun. It's got the air. It shoots real low pressure. I think it's like 20 to 35 pounds and does a really good job. If you thin it out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with this gun right here. I think it's a little more expensive. It might be the highest dollar one Harbor Freight had. I think it might have been like 69 or 79 bucks. But it does a really good job. I really like this gun. I've done about 3 or 4 things and worked on a horse trailer with it. Pretty good. So I'm going to keep mixing this, and I'll come back and show you what I'm start spraying, what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, there's always something to do with these old vehicles. I know I got that thing going for 500 bucks. But now I'm going to throw a little money at it, maybe a little bit more, and it runs and drives pretty good. It's got kind of a death wobble in the front. It's missing that front strut, that front shock. See if I can track one of them down. And I'll probably get a booster. I know my local parts store didn't have any, none in stock for a Scout, and so he gave me the brand, like Cardone. He gave me the number and he said, go on the internet, you can get one. So hopefully I could track one down for under 100 bucks, put it in there and see how it goes. But I'm going to keep mixing this. I'll come back and show you what the finished product looks like. Or maybe I'll show you how I spray it or whatever. The key is to make sure it's clean and strained, and you got pretty good ventilation. You got all the equipment in here covered up. So alright, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I'm getting ready. I strained it. I'm getting ready to shoot some primer on it. You want to make sure you mask up. Make sure you got a mask on. You're in a pretty good ventilated room. I put a hat on. And sometimes I put my safety glasses on, if you can see out of them. Like that. Then I see if I get a spray pattern. You kind of want it pretty wide. Try to get a good spray pattern for what you're doing. Right now I got not a very good one. I have to take my glasses off. I haven't used this gun in a while, so since I got the other one, I hardly use this one. She might be plugged up. It's always fun. Hey Badlands Rebuilders, I just took a picture. We got the top back on this Scout. It's in the garage. It's a little bit dark, but we got the top and doors back on. It's all black now. A couple mirrors on it. Now you can't really see it too well, but we got her all put back together. The doors just don't fit very good, and I don't think these doors are very good on these Scouts. They're hard to shut and they seem weird. But it is winter here. It was like 20 below last night, so we're just gonna dial her back in and we're gonna put her in the backyard and we're gonna call her good. She does probably need a brake booster, but I'm not gonna throw any money at her, and I'm just gonna let her sit. I do have it licensed, but I don't have it insured, so we'll probably leave her sit till next summer and then bring her back out and do some more work on her. Runs and drives pretty solid. Did spend a little bit more money on it, probably another $300 just on parts and stuff, like I said in the other video. But yeah, that's as good as it gets. Thanks.